What's going on YouTube? Mr. Wheels here once again, welcoming you to another edition of Sports Talk. This video is going to be my 2015 Major League Baseball predictions, and I just want to clarify that I'm going to be predicting who I think is going to win the division and where the other teams will end up finishing in their respective divisions. I'm not doing playoff predictions. That will be another video closer to that, closer to playoff time. I think it's too early to predict playoff and World Series predictions. I don't like to do that. Before I get into my predictions, I'd ask you to, as always, please give this video a like. Please subscribe to my channel. You can follow me on Twitter at Sledgehead86 and give my Facebook fan page a like, Mr. Wheels86. The links will be in the description down below. Let's get started with the AL East. Finishing 5th in the AL East, I believe it's going to be the Tampa Bay Rays because of the division that they're in. The AL East, arguably the best division in baseball and the toughest to make the playoffs out of. I'm saying the Rays finish 5th because the 4 other teams in the division I believe are better. And, you know, maybe if the Rays were in the NL Central or the AL Central, they could finish as good as maybe 3rd place, but, you know, I see them finishing 5th in the AL East, and I don't see them doing better if they were in another division, so they're in 5th. Moving on to 4th place, the New York Yankees. I'm putting them in 4th because despite having a solid rotation and they're going to have a decent lineup, they've got some aging veterans on the team. I think they're still going to be feeling the effects of losing Derek Jeter last year and even Mariano Rivera the season before. So I see the Yankees finishing a solid 4th place. Baltimore, I have them in 3rd. Now, don't get me wrong, the Yankees could compete for the 3rd spot in the AL East, even the 2nd spot, but I think Baltimore is better than the Yankees, so I have Baltimore finishing in 3rd, despite Baltimore losing some of their key pieces to their offense last season. I didn't expect them to win the division last year, so Baltimore is in 3rd. Toronto, I have them finishing in 2nd, and there's some people here on YouTube that believe the Jays could win the World Series. One guy in particular, I believe his username is Railroad2000. I checked out his video. He had the Blue Jays beating the Washington Nationals in the World Series, and there's no way I could see that happening. The Blue Jays will finish in the first wild card spot in the American League at best. I do consider them a contender for the division, but I don't see it happening this year. If they have a solid year, they're a wild card team at best, finishing 2nd in the division at best. I'm going to leave it at that. I have the Boston Red Sox winning the division this year. I think they have a solid rotation, even though they lost the likes of John Lester. They added Pablo Sandoval. You know, I like their team. I think they have a solid chance of winning the division. It's really a toss-up in any of these divisions, but I like Boston winning the AL East. Moving on to the AL Central, in 5th place, I have the Minnesota Twins. Not much I could say about the Twins. A few years ago, I thought they could have made some noise, but in recent years, they just haven't done very much. They've lost some players. They're not as good as they once were, so they're finishing 5th, in my opinion. In 4th place in the Central, I have the Cleveland Indians. Again, a couple years ago when they had Justin Masterson and Iboldo Jimenez and some other guys that were on the team, I thought that they were going to be more of a contender, but it didn't happen then. I don't see it happening this year, so I have them finishing 4th. In third, I have the Kansas City Royals. They made it to the World Series last year, but they've lost some guys this year, so I have them finishing third. I have the Chicago White Sox ahead of them. I don't really like the White Sox, so I kind of wanted to put the Royals in second place in the Central, but I think the Chi Sox will have a better offense than the Royals, so the Royals are finishing middle of the pack in third, and that leaves I have Chicago White Sox finishing second, mainly because I think they're going to be able to put up enough offense to get them into second. It's a pretty weak division in my opinion, but Chicago won't finish any better than second, and they will compete for a wild card spot. I would say second wild card spot at best out of the Central. Detroit, that leaves Detroit obviously finishing in first. I like, next to the Blue Jays, Detroit. The Detroit Tigers are my team. My two favorite teams, Toronto and Detroit. So I have Detroit finishing first in the AL Central fairly easily. Moving on to the AL West Division. In fifth place, I have the Houston Astros. Now, they did make some improvements last year. They may improve their record this year, but I just see some teams that are better than them. All four other teams, in fact, finishing ahead of them. The Oakland A's, they've lost some key pieces from last season. They've always been sort of a scrappy team, and I don't really think they need a lot of superstars on their team to do well, but I really don't see them finishing any better than fourth place. Possibly third, but I think it's fair to say fourth place. The Texas Rangers, I have them in third. Now, they're going to have some injuries this year. Obviously, last year, Prince Fielder got hurt. So, at best, Texas finishing third. I really don't have much to say about them. Moving on to the Anaheim Angels, or Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. I think they're a solid second place team. That's because I'm going to favor the Seattle Mariners in this division. So, yes, the Los Angeles Angels can finish, can win the division, absolutely. But in my opinion, I like Seattle more. So the Angels will finish second, and Seattle will take the AL West division. And let's move on to the NL East. In fifth place, I have the Philadelphia Phillies. Not many good things to say about them. I really could care less. Don't see them finishing any better than fifth place. In fourth place, I have the New York Mets. Again, they were solid last season. I didn't think they were so horrible, but again, I don't really see them finishing any higher than fourth place. In third, I have the Atlanta Braves. There's a lot of people out there that probably think Atlanta would finish even worse than third, but I'll respect the Braves and say they finish third at best. I've got Miami in second place only because I think the Washington Nationals are a runaway for the NL East Division title. When you've got guys like Ryan Zimmerman, Steven Strasburg, and now Max Scherzer, that rotation combined with their batting order, they could have some holes in the bullpen, and I don't think it would matter. So I'm taking the Nationals to win the AL East Division title. Moving on to the NL East Division title. Moving on to the NL Central, I have the Chicago Cubs finishing dead last in fifth place. They're the Cubs. I mean, they don't have a reputation in the last 100 years of winning division titles or even making the playoffs in recent history. they're finishing last. I have the Cincinnati Reds finishing 4th. They could finish 3rd, even compete for a wild card spot, but I think a 4th place finish is realistic. I have Milwaukee finishing in 3rd, and that will leave the Pittsburgh Pirates in 2nd and the St. Louis Cardinals in 1st. I would say the Cardinals are going to edge the Pirates once again this year, because the Pirates are going to have a competitive team. I just don't see them winning the AL or the NL Central. Moving on to the final division, the NL West, I have the Colorado Rockies finishing in 5th place because they always seem to leave something to be desired. A few years ago, I thought they were going to have a good team, or a few years ago they did have a good team, or a competitive team. In recent history, though, they've kind of fallen off the radar, so I have them finishing 5th. In 4th place, I have the Arizona Diamondbacks. Now, they could compete for the 3rd or even 2nd spot, but they're a wild card team at best, and I don't think it'll happen. I have the San Francisco Giants finishing in 3rd spot, only because the San Diego Padres have made some big moves this season, and I think that will help them get into the 2nd spot. So the Giants will finish 3rd, San Diego will finish 2nd, and that leaves the Los Angeles Dodgers taking the NL West title. Those are my predictions. They're just my opinion. If you don't like them, too bad. I don't really care. If you don't like them, give me your predictions in the comment section below, or make your own video. That's all I've got for right now, guys. Once again, remember to please give this video a like. Please subscribe to my channel. My social media links are in the description down below, and I'll see you next time.